I'm going on a road trip to Red River Gorge in Kentucky to do some outdoor rock climbing, and I want to take y'all with me. Let's go! But first I want to show you all the cool gear I'm bringing. I got a bunch of instant latte, although we're being outdoorsy. Still trying to have my morning latte every day. I just got a tattoo. My cousin was like, oh, what tattoo parlor did you go to? None. A guy did it in his home. I have giant band-aids to try and keep that covered. Different hydration packets, and then electrolyte shoes, hiking boots, and then just a bunch of clothes. Helmet, it is my winter sports helmet, but I'm bringing it just in case there's not enough. This is the backpack that I brought last year. Absolutely disgusting because it was rainy. I'm worried it'll rain, so I have a thing for my phone. A double hammock with straps, 50-meter rope. I bought this rope off Facebook Marketplace, and when I roll up, he was the most beautiful man that I've ever seen in my entire life. Very silver fox, okay? And he's like just inside, just past this doorway. I actually have some other rock climbing gear that you might be interested in. I'm weighing out my options. I'm like, just behind that door, just through that little doorway, he could kill me. That's a huge possibility here. I went against that instinct and followed him inside because I was very interested in the rock climbing gear, and he had a bunch of good stuff, and it was so cheap. This is the bag bringing this year. Portable toilet paper. The reason it's in French is because I got it in French Canada. Athletic wrap and a brace. Just in case, you never can be too safe. I got a headlamp in the bottom, which is why I absolutely love the backpack. I have my chalk and shoes. My shoes are so smelly, I don't want them mingling with everything else. My first aid kit, tripod, because we're gonna be getting some sweet pics for the fam. Oh, this is my harness. Unfortunately, I do have to work a full day tomorrow, but then we're hitting the road. I guess somebody has to come with. Cheeks. Yeah, pretty girl. Working from home is so much harder when you know right after work ends you're leaving on a really fun trip. Poppy. The way it's the lips. We were driving from Michigan to Kentucky, and obviously we had to stop for some provisions. Hey, we're in the car. We're in Ohio. Roads are way nicer. At our first stop, I discovered my pants were inside out. And then I made fake cigarettes out of Chick-fil-A sauce in the straw wrapper. Hold up your rain suit. Yuck. These were the cabins that we stayed at last year, and let me tell you, this is the best setup. There's 7 cabins, and they're named after the 7 dwarves, which I think is absolutely adorable, except one of them is also Santa Claus, which doesn't make any sense. And there's just the bunk beds inside of them, and then the common spaces are for everyone to use in a different house. It almost gives hostel. Yes. For day 1, our main goal was like to wake up as early as possible and get climbing. 6 or 7, I can't remember the details now. It's a little bit foggy because we got in at 1 a.m. Very little sleep, and we're going rock climbing, okay? Alcohol.
Oh, scandalous.
We had to drive and hike to get to where we wanted to go, and for some reason there was like no one there this year. And we'd also been playing this game where if you see a cow, you say cows on my side or cows on your side, like just a fun road trip driving game, and that applied to every single time that we were in the vehicle. Cow! Oh, no way.
That's 1 point.
This is Cow City. Before you get to the crag, you have to approach, which is hiking. Really easy hiking.
Are we bringing the whole ass case?
How are y'all feeling today? This is a formal interview.
But now that I'm next to Grace, I feel extra sticky. Sounds weird. Tire butt inspired. Yeah.
Right at you.
How are you feeling today?
Just gonna get up the walls, get down the walls.
How are you feeling today?
Fantastic. I'm gonna get pumped out after 10 feet climbing.
What did you say?
I'm gonna get bricked.
I don't think you know what that means.
I know what it means, and I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna get bricked on this wall.
Look, he's all the way up there. And the next part I feel is very embarrassing and a lesson in don't ever high clip, okay? Especially when you're not super high up on the wall. I think it was the 2nd or 3rd clip. I'd watched a few other people do it. They all high clip, but they're also much taller than me. I am only 5'2". I watched them do it and was like, I can do that. So I go, you're gonna see, I go to reach for the clip, put the rope through it, whatever. It slipped out of my fingers. I'm leaning just enough where I'm like going to grab the clip. I really analyzed the video to figure out what I had done. Tipping over that much to try and clip it and then not actually doing it is what caused me to fall. Round 2, I'm like, okay, let's do this. I'll keep climbing, and if I fall, I fall. You know, I'm not gonna high clip. And then I forget and I high clipped again. So, embarrassing. Don't do that. Watch this and you'll be like, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna high clip when I'm that close to the ground. Come on.
You gotta destroy everything. Like I need more green stuff.
Holy shit.
Oh.
I might have killed the vibe just a little bit with that scary fall, but obviously I had an amazing belayer and he saved my life, so shout out. Everything worked out okay. Everybody was okay. I was very scared climbing probably the rest of the trip because of that. Gotta poop. Yeah. Trying to hike back to the car. Holy shit, there's so many stairs. Oh, I'm so out of shape. Our next mission, if you've ever been to Red River Gorge, is very important, like a must, absolutely must if you go, and that is Miguel's Pizza. It's very well known in the climbing community. It is the camping, the pizza spot, and they actually had a little bit of a tax fraud, tax evasion scandal.
And that was really it for day 1.
Day 2, obviously our objective was climb a little bit more, but we knew it was gonna rain, so we wanted to get started early, get in as much climbing as we could before the rain happened. This happened last year. We didn't know how bad the rain was gonna get this year.
Throw your hands up if you with it. Drop it.
Y'all ever try bringing her?
We got a little lost on the approach, like a lot of lost on the approach.
It's so small. It looks like a mushroom.
It's so baby. And I tried to be a little bit more confident in my climbing and no high clipping. No high clipping. We were tracking the weather, we knew exactly when it was gonna rain, but then some other climbers talked to us and we had a plan of climbing quick, evacuating, and getting out of there, okay? These other climbers were like, oh no, it's fine, the rain, it always says that, this area is covered, we'll be fine. So we like slowed down a little bit and didn't actually hike out when we wanted to. And this is all so funny because on the way up, we literally listened to the most terrifying podcast at a national park of a flash flood where like so many people died and it destroyed families. So that set the tone for what a couple of us were visualizing as it starts to rain, and you'll see it. Within minutes, it was about 5 minutes, it started to rain, we started to put on our rain gear, and then it got super, super dark, and maybe 5 minutes or less from then, it starts absolutely downpouring, and we had a lead route set, and so we actually had one girl, she was top roping it, we had her come all the way down, and then her boyfriend actually go and clean the route, and he was speed climbing, absolutely speed climbing. If it had been literally a couple more minutes, we would have had to abandon all the quick draws. We had a mile and a half hike out, and it was basically all uphill, and we knew that these hiking paths were gonna turn into streams if it started raining really bad.
Oh my god. What a day. Yeah. Welcome to the Red.
Some uphill and stairs later. But I'm not gonna lie, we absolutely booked it. All of us were locked in. We were locked and loaded, and nobody slipped and fell. It was a miracle. And we're like, you know what's gonna cure this? Some margaritas. So we went back to get a little bit cleaned up, eat a little bit of pizza before going to this Mexican restaurant. It was so fun. The margaritas made it out of the rain. Some body wipes, no showers. No showers.
You get a body wipe. And you get a body wipe.
Pizza.
Dogs gotta eat! Give me one margarita! When we got back to the campsite, luckily it wasn't raining anymore, but we ended up coming across these girls that were also staying in the cabins, because remember, it's a bunch of different groups staying in the cabins, communal style. They were in the grass looking at these snails and slugs. It was crazy the amount of snails and slugs. I was loving it. But these girls were like, wow, so in it. And I was like, they're on drugs right now. These girls are on drugs. And everybody was like, maybe they just really love nature. That's a personality. I was right. They were on drugs.
What are the eyes called? They're called, they're not, there's a name for them.
There's little antennae. Oh.
We just had a campfire, roasted hot dogs. It was very wholesome, and I noticed that the rocks had taken some of me. They'd taken some chunks out of my finger.
Oh, I gotta
This moment.
We've been through shit.
After the most wholesome, beautiful, I love these people so much weekend ever, it was unfortunately time to go.
Did everyone enjoy the rain?
Here's a little tour of what those common areas I was telling you were about. This place, it's the best place ever, and I hope none of you ever find this, and I hope this video doesn't go viral because I want to be able to stay at these forever.
My leg, give me 2 margaritas, someone give me some head.
For some reason, these Airbnbs have a thrift store attached to it. Profits go to some charitable organization, I can't really remember now, but it was cash only and I didn't have $1. I only had a $5 bill, which they did not have change for. So one of the guys, he donated $1 to the cause of me needing this jacket. We were in the South, so obviously we had to go to the number one tourist location of anywhere in the South that you ever go. Waffle House.
I don't know which one it is.
And at one of our last stops, I've seen memes of this. I've literally seen pictures of this online. I've wanted one so bad. I've tried to search for them online. I've never been able to find a shirt like this. Look at what I got. It was $20.
Ready? Ready? Yo. Trucker's prayer.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.